So this video is all about a popping hip when exercising, or a snapping hip, or it's also known as a dancer's hip. And it's that popping sound or the popping sensation that you feel when you are laying on your back and you're extending your leg, you're stretching your leg, or when you climb stairs, or when you run. And essentially this popping sound is most commonly caused by one of two tendons or both. One is the TFL, the Tensor Fasciae Latae, which sits on the side of your hip. And what it does is it snaps over a piece of bone. It's so tight, it snaps over a piece of bone. That gives you the popping sound. Or the other muscle is called the Iliopsoas muscle. And it sits inside of your hip here. And the same thing, it runs over a bony prominence and you get that snapping sound. But the real question is, why are these muscles so tight? And the reason often for the TFL on the side is that you've got weak hip stabilizers. And I'm going to give you a really great exercise. It's called 7 ways hip to stabilize, to help strengthen those muscles on the hip. You haven't seen anywhere else before, I think, and it's a fantastic exercise to do it. You'll really make your hip stabilizers quite sore when you do them. And the other thing is the iliopsoas muscle. When that gets really tight, it means that you don't have enough control over your core muscles. So you might be quite strong, you might be able to do a plank for however long you can, but there's no control. And I'll give you an exercise to gain more control over your core muscles that will help to reduce the hip. So the first thing we're going to do is stretch the hip out to get more stretching, to relax those muscles a bit. But then we need to work on the real culprit of the problem, which is lack of strength. And I'll give you some really effective exercises for that. Okay, let's get started. So we're going to start off with a few stretches before we do the strengthening. And the first stretch I'm going to demonstrate to you is the modified Brettzel 2.0. Fantastic stretch to stretch out the outside of your hip. It's a one stretch fits all, essentially. And what you need to do is my upper leg, as you can see, is perpendicular to the wall. My back leg is straight behind me. I've got a 90-degree angle in my knee behind me. Now, what I'm going to do with my front leg, I'm going to straighten my knee, as much as I can. Then I'm going to place my hands about a foot, 30 centimeters in front of me. And now I'm going to lean forward a little bit. I can already feel the stretch in this hip. And now I'm going to move my left shoulder forward. So twist and rotate my left shoulder forward. Really lean into the stretch. Breathe out. That's important. Breathe out when you lean into the stretch. I can really feel a lovely stretch now coming in on the side here. So that's your first stage. Now, if this goes well, and you say, well, actually, I'm not feeling too much at the moment, what you can do now is now lean towards the left. So I'm leaning towards my leg now, leaning towards my leg, keep my right elbow straight. I can place my left hand underneath the hand palm of my right hand, just to be sure, and then lean towards the left, turn my shoulder left. Oh, this is a fantastic stretch for the outside of your hip. Keep your elbow straight. Hold this stretch now for about 10 to 15 seconds and repeat 3 to 5 times. A brilliant stretch for the outside of your hip area. So start off with this one. Now, there are many fantastic hip stretches, but I find this one of the most effective ones. It's called the active pigeon. And I think you get most bang for your buck with this stretch to straighten out your hip. So I'm going to demonstrate this on my right hip for you. So what you need to do is straighten out my left leg first. I'm straightening out my left leg, straighten my left knee and support myself on my toes. Then I'm placing my right foot in front of me with about a 90-degree angle in my knee. Placing my hands in front of the knee. And all I'm doing now is I'm rolling over my foot and I'm pressing my right knee towards the floor. While I'm doing this simultaneously, I'm pushing my pelvis down into the floor. So what I'm doing now is I'm working on the external rotation of the right hip while simultaneously working on the extension of my left hip. So you hold this for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds if you can, and you repeat 3 to 5 times. Brilliant stretch for the hip. Obviously, once you do this side, you need to do the other side as well, just in other order. So you hold this, you come back up again, and the same thing, push it down for about 10 to 15 seconds. You hold that and you repeat 3 to 5 times and you do this daily. Brilliant stretch for the hip as well. So far I've demonstrated 2 really effective stretches for the hip for you. My last stretch is a stretch for the iliopsoas muscle, which is this muscle, the front here. It's a super intensive stretch, really effective. Might be a bit sore, just bear with me, go through it. I'm sure after time that will ease, but it's worth your time. Really, really good effective stretch. What you need, I'm going to demonstrate the stretch on my left iliopsoas muscle. So what you need to do is sit on all fours in front of a wall, then bend your left knee and place your foot against the wall. Yeah? Then place your right foot in front of you. Now you're sitting up straight. Now what you're stretching with this is you're stretching iliopsoas, but also your quadratus muscles, or all the muscles the front of your thigh. Yeah? So I'm sitting upright now. All I'm doing now is I am pushing my pelvis a little bit forward, and I can even push my whole weight a bit forward, push my pelvis forward like this. I can really feel the stretch now all along the front of my hip here, in my iliopsoas area here, and in my rectus femoris. So I'm coming forward, hold the stretch again for 10 to 15 seconds, and repeat 3 to 5 times every day. Now if this is too easy for you, you could always move your knee closer to the wall, so you've got a bit more of a intense stretch. You're bending your leg a bit more, close to the wall, upright again, and you're leaning forward again. Now make sure you're nice and upright as well when you do this stretch. So don't lean forward, be nice and upright, and then you just move forward and you really feel the stretch in the side there. So again, 3 to 5 reps, hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds, 3 to 5 repetitions. Do this every day. And once you've done the stretching routine, move on to the strengthening routine that we're going to demonstrate to you now. Now, one of the best ways to strengthen your hip without any equipment is an exercise called 7 ways hip. And you can do this in the comfort of your own home, and we're all strengthening the hips on the outside and thereby decreasing the tension on the TFL, so reducing your snapping hip. So let me demonstrate it to you. What you need to do is lay on your side, stack the hips on top of each other. I'm going to demonstrate it on the right hip first. So my right hip has to be a little bit in front of the left hip. Straighten both your legs. Yeah? Now, what you need to do on the right hip now is pull your toes up a little bit. It's called dorsiflexion. And make sure they point down a little bit as well. This is your starting position. We're going to do 15 repetitions of the first exercise, which is essentially just leg up in the air. So make sure you keep your toes nicely pointed down. I think this is 15 if I counted right. Okay, that's the first one. Now we go straight into the next one, which is we're moving our leg forwards. 1. Okay, and after this, we're going to move our leg backwards, but make sure you don't bend the knee and still keep your toes pointing upwards, or your foot upwards and your toes pointing down a bit. Okay, and then we go forwards and backwards. So we go all the way, the whole circle. Okay, and now we're going to make small circles forward. So we're going to raise the leg up a little bit. Again, make sure your foot's up and your toes pointing downwards, and make forward circles. Okay, and now we're going to make backward circles. Fantastic. And the last one, we're going to do bicycle kicks. 15 of them as well. There you are. There you are. So this is called 7 ways hip, a brilliant exercise to strengthen the outside of the hip, stabilize as well, reducing the tension on the TFL. So I've demonstrated it on the right side, so now you can do it on the left side as well after this. Well, good luck. Another muscle which frequently causes a snapping hip is the iliopsoas muscle. And the iliopsoas muscle becomes tense and overworked if your core muscles don't work correctly. Now, many of my patients come in and they can do like a plank for 3 minutes or a side plank for 2 minutes, and they're strong enough in the bigger core muscles, but they're lacking control of the transverse abdominis. And that is the leading causative factor for a snapping hip and a tense and a tight iliopsoas. So I'm going to demonstrate 2 exercises to you for you to control your core muscles. What you need to do is lay on your back, bend your hips 90 degrees, have a 90-degree angle in your knees. Now this is important. Place the back of your hand in the small of your back. Now make sure you put pressure on your hand. Never lose this pressure. This is important. Never lose this pressure. Put pressure on your hand. And all you do now is I'm now moving my right heel in this case towards the floor without losing the pressure. Now what a lot of people do is they start arching their backs. And by arching the backs, you're actually engaging the iliopsoas muscle. And that's where the snapping hip comes from. So this is a great exercise. Lay on your back. Always have pressure on your hands. And then whilst you have pressure, slowly move your legs up and down. And you do about, again, 10 repetitions of each leg. And hold the pressure. Hold pressure on your hands. And you should not hear the snapping hip when you're doing this. Now, another exercise you can do is place your feet on the floor. Again, really put pressure on your hand to tilt your pelvis backwards with pressure on your hand here. Don't lose the pressure, always have pressure, and slowly glide your leg out. Hold the pressure on that hand, similar to the other side. Hold pressure on the hand, glide this leg out, and you should not hear any clicking. If you hear some clicking, then you're probably not pushing hard enough on your hands. So hold pressure on your hands, and this is an again 10 repetitions each leg. And this is an absolutely brilliant exercise to control your core muscles and thereby decreasing pressure on the iliopsoas. I hope you found a lot of value in this video. If you did, please don't hold back. Show me appreciation and leave a comment in the section below. Give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. So for now, I'd say take care of yourself, take care of someone else as well if you can, and bye for now. Bye-bye.